Yeah.
Start broadcast. Okay, live. So, my channel. Okay, so I'm gonna get the stream up on my phone too, so I can see if there's any comments. So there we go. Sorry about the slight delay in things, guys. There is just a few technical issues with drivers not turning up, but that will be addressed appropriately. Albert, do you want to just drop Clayton a message? And respond to him in the admin party, please. Well, admin channel. Cheers, mate. I'm gonna go get a drink while we wait for the lobby to go live.
Yeah, Clay is already in.
Alright, cool. Sorted. Sorry, guys, to burst a bubble. This commentary won't be the greatest, as neither me or Albert have done this in months, so it will be a little bit rusty for the first couple of races or so. So do apologise. Okay, if anyone's watching, can you tell Tier 3 to ready up and just get going, please?
Well, there's not much delay in the stream and in the actual racing.
Yeah, I've noticed that whatever I'm saying is coming through just a couple of seconds later. Ah, that's nice.
Well, that's nice. Also, a couple of Tier 1 drivers that are watching the stream. Hello, Razor.
Albert, will you send Charlie another invite to the session, please?
I can do that. Well, then the screen goes black, and that's not a nice thing to do. So, we're gonna... that's why we are a team, and we can split the things. So, that we get full live stream.
Cheers to everyone that's tuning in for this, actually. It does mean a lot that you're all, like 10 of you have tuned in to watch this, seeing as it's our Tier 3, and it's the guys that will be coming through within hopefully the next couple of months to next season, hopefully looking at getting progressed up to Tier 2. So
yeah, it's basically
Yeah, they're getting to see the future of CDR for when they progress through the ranks, as some of these guys do have potential to reach Tier 1 if they stick with it.
It's all about experience, and we're giving them an option to build on that.
Exactly. It's that beneficial. It means that they get the race experience, but they're not chucked in at the deep end. That's why, for example, this is why we don't limit the assists that they can use here, because a lot of them have only just come over from racing on like the driver career and my team, so they've come from racing against AI on all of the assists to racing against actual people, and you can't really judge what they're going to do until you get used to them. So you may as well let them get used to the assists and then slowly turn them off themselves.
Yeah, and also get familiar with the different driving styles that everybody has.
Exactly. So this is the perfect foothold into league racing for people that are looking to get into it. Like a couple of these guys, I do know from other leagues and have seen it around previously. For example, King of the Hills. I know him from another league, and have raced on the same track once or twice. So him being in our academy is the best thing for him, as it will give him the experience to move on in future. And let's hope that he gains a lot of experience for the next, 11 rounds?
Yes, 11 rounds.
Round 3, and we've got 14 to go. Well, 14 rounds. So
14 rounds. Let's get ready to rumble.
So 11 rounds left after today. Obviously, the CDR YouTube only got set up a couple of days ago, so I think this is the second live stream that's been broadcast to it. So, unless Tier 1 wasn't streamed on Friday directly to this channel. Has Charlie made it into the session, or is Charlie still AWOL?
I sent him another invite so that he can also join. Charlie is...
Why he's not joined just yet. But anyways, we have 17 drivers. The constructors grid was finally drawn the other day, well, yesterday, by our very own Flying Dutchman, also known as Albert.
That's me.
With a few surprise draws. Now everybody has got their own teams. They're getting to know their teammates, and they've actually got something to compete for, not just a driver's title. So any points scored previously for our constructors will not be rolled forward. It will just be their individual drivers' points. So every team is starting round 3 on 0 points. So the first race weekend, per se, is Australia, and let's see how they all get on, as there's 44 points available for, no, more than that. Sorry, I forgot the point system.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah, 75 points available for a team that tops the constructors this weekend if you get like maximum points.
I'm just watching Osaboso 9 his first lap. Purple in the first sector, but that's normal when you're first one on the track. He's got a little bit of traffic before him.
Yeah, this is nice to see, actually. I'm not sure if you're looking at this at the same time, Albert. There are a few people in the comments giving support to their friends or family members.
Yeah, a couple of guys from Tier 1 that are watching, guys from Tier 2 that are watching. Gerard Bota is a Tier 1 driver, and Razor also.
We've had Alex comment, Alex being one of the admins, and that was just a Renault and Mercedes getting together on a lap. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure what Renault it was either. I just saw this yellow blob just spear off in the final sector. I think it might have been Manu. Yeah, it does look like it was Manu that went flying off into Narnia.
Yeah.
So, and anyone in Tier 3 that has got the stream up, please remember to record your race.
We got Manu Dietrich on the medium tires in 1:22.6. That's only 1/10 of a second slower than Alfie F1 that did a 1:22.5 on the soft.
And there's around about 6/10 difference between the soft and the mediums on lap-to-lap pace. So it's either Alfie didn't get all of what he can out of those tyres, or Manu has just overreached those mediums and just taken a lot of life out of them. So he will have to be careful, as it is only a short qualifying session. Tier 3 doesn't run the full qualifying session like Tier 1 and 2 does. So whatever time they set the fastest lap on, it will be the time they start the race on. And Gabriel Deschamps, yeah, that turn 11 and 12 at the beginning of Sector 3. It is very, very easy to lose it there. We've all fallen victim to it at least once.
Yeah, especially when the track is when the race is a little bit longer, with some degradation on the tires.
Yeah. So, and like especially at times like a safety car restart when the tires aren't as warm as they should be. Catch that curb on the outside on the exit of turn 12, and it's straight into the wall for you on the opposite side of the track. We've seen a couple of one of the Tier 1 guys had an awful crash there during the race. I lost it there during qualifying in Tier 2. So it's easily done regardless of how experienced you are around here. It's one of those corners that will just catch you out if you're not paying full attention to it.
Yeah, a little bit of curve and you're gone. And when you do the corner at the correct way, it's a pretty nice corner. You feel the essence of speed in that.
Yeah, if you absolutely nail it. Like, for example, Charlie is a Tier 2 driver, so it's not exactly the best example to use in a Tier 3 race. But Charlie will have like dropped an assist or something and will be running in like lean or standard without using his ERS. It's because he won't score driver points. He's just here to help the other guys out, like give them little bits of tips, stuff like that. Because it's a development tier. It's not supposed to be ultra competitive. It's to get them ready for the next step forward. But obviously we do hope there is some competition in there. So the likes of Alfie, the Hound, Trotter, who is on an outlap, Silent Ninja has improved since he joined the league, and a few others. Scotty is fairly quick for being Tier 3. There's a fair few in here that, given more experience, that step to Tier 2, if spaces open up, will be there.
Yeah, and also you can be fast on a track, but you gotta be also fast with when there are cars around you. So now you have the time and the place to learn that sort of overtaking and the skills on track.
Yeah,
because one lap wonders we have enough. We need guys with a decent pace and a good race trim.
As we say that, and Charlie just gets blocked on a flying lap. That was one of the AlphaTauris. I'm not entirely sure who it was. I think it may have actually been Clay. But no, Clay's in the Ferrari today. Alfa Romeo, sorry.
It can only be also Bosso. I think that it is. Yes, it was also Bosso.
He's in a Red Bull.
Wrong color. It was Steven the Hound.
Yeah, it was Hound. So Hound, be prepared for a report on that if you've managed to get under Charlie's skin.
Yeah, but it's pretty difficult because the guys are practicing. They do training sessions with 5, 6, maybe 7 drivers. Now you got at least 13, 14 drivers on track. You look more in the wind in your rear mirror than during the race. That's also a certain skill you need, and in a long in a qualifying session that is full with Q1, Q2 to Q3, then you got a little bit more time. Everybody's not going out that instantly, and now you got 17, 18 minutes to do your lap, and you want to lap on the mediums, you want to lap on the softs, so the track is always busy.
Yeah, it's picking the right time to come out. So, in a short qualifying session, I'm not sure if you found this, but it's come from experience that you don't want to come out immediately because you want to leave it about 4 or 5 minutes. Let some people get a few laps in before you come out on mediums. Let it rubber in slightly so then the gap in the tyre performance isn't as big. And then you leave it a few more minutes after you've done your in-lap. See how the times are progressing on the soft tyres and see if you're happy to qualify where you are on the mediums or if you want to go out and try and take pole on the softs. Which
Marlon Dietrich has decided to go out on the soft tyres. He did a 121.1, but he has the speed on the mediums, so it's a little bit strange to gain one place on the grid, but start on the softs.
Yeah,
that's also a thing you gotta learn at a certain moment. That when you have the speed on the mediums,
utilize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to burn through a set of softs if it's not needed. As we watch Alfie come across the line, we should be looking at a 121 flat.
121.1?
Yeah. No, that was a 121.3. Yeah. So, decent from Charlie, from Alfie. He's just put himself into P2. And Stephen, as you came out of turn 11 and 12, Charlie was on a lap behind you and you would just slow through the exit. So Charlie had to go round in the Ferrari.
Charlie is waiting for the track to be a little bit more peace and quiet.
Yeah, so in tier 3 you'll find that a lot of these guys are doing lap after lap and they're just coming in, grabbing a fresh set of tyres and going out again. They're just trying to beat the times they've already set.
It's a busy time trial track. That's
yeah, didn't you grab the time trials for these drivers?
Yeah.
So, to put into perspective, between time trial and quali pace, you're normally looking between 1 and 2 seconds slower for the average person.
I'm gonna take 3 of the guys. I have
Pick
here
3 names at random.
Yeah. Alfie is in time trial, doing a 123.214.
And has beat that in qualifying.
By almost
2 seconds.
Yeah. Stephen the Hound has done a 122.612. And Stephen is now on a 124.652. So normally you're slower, but Alfie is 2 seconds faster and Stephen is 2 seconds slower than his current time trial time.
So what I said evens out. So it should be between a second or 2 seconds slower, depending on the driver, because some guys will actually nail a qualifying lap and get within a couple of tenths of their time trial times.
Yeah,
it is ridiculous how consistent they are.
When you look at Trotter Rio, he's done in time trial a 1:23.404, and he's only a tenth of that.
Yeah. So, again, consistent. And bearing in mind, we did Trotter and the Hounds trial about, what, 6 weeks ago now?
Yeah, 5 or 6 weeks.
6 weeks to 2 months ago, at most. And since then, they've both come on leaps and bounds. It's actually quite impressive on how much they have both improved. Not just speed-wise, but their racecraft in general. Both of them have impressed me of recent weeks.
Yeah, they're losing some assists during the time. So they're starting to get faster, then a little bit slower, then a lot of faster. Because I dropped some assists, Lloyd, I know he has got now a wheel. But he also got a little kid, so he has not found the time to use the wheel. Steven is, since he joined, also switched from controller to wheel.
The wheel. And has improved tenfold since he made that switch. It's actually nice to see, as we're the ones overseeing development, so from the admin all the way down, the tier 1 drivers, tier 2 drivers, everyone, if needed, more than happy to chip in and give little bits of tips and advice to the tier 3 drivers, or anyone in general. That's the sort of environment that's been built in CDR. So these guys, we're just using these two as examples, so don't think we're just focusing on them in particular. They're literally an example of what can be done if you nurture people and help them out when they request information, instead of ignoring them and then just going, you know what, I'm just going to learn myself. Like, I think, Albert, you gave the Hound your wheel settings?
Yes, I did many practice sessions with the Hound.
Exactly, it's that sort of thing, knowing how to set the wheel up, then helping with setups, braking zones for certain tracks, certain corners. It all comes into it, and Avalanche has decided to retire from qualifying in Heat 2.
Yeah, and also Bosso did purple second sector on his flying lap.
Is that the glitch in the game, purple sector, or is it a genuine sector 2?
I can tell you it in about 8 seconds.
Yeah, I'm on board with him now. I think it was a glitch.
He didn't improve.
Yeah. Lost half a second in the final sector somewhere. So let's actually just ride on board with him for the remainder of this lap. Obviously, it's his second flying lap on the set of tyres, I think. But no, he's been out on him for 4 laps.
Yeah, then I hope for him that he doesn't improve his time.
Yeah, me too. Because they will be dead by the time the race starts.
And he's
Alfie
invalidated.
Yeah, Alfie's just messaged me directly saying some of these guys hitting 121.5s in quali. That's not tier 1 pace, mate.
No.
Nowhere near tier 1 pace.
Tier 1 was last Friday, was the first 5 were in the 119s.
Yeah, exactly. I think tier 2 hit a 120.8 as whole lap.
Yeah, basically you take off a second. Because the time difference between tier 3, 2 and 1 is basically 2 seconds.
Yeah, so about a second per tier, for example. So around Austria, for example, the tier 1 guys will be qualifying in the 1 minute 3s. Tier 2 you're expecting 1 minute 4s to 1 minute 5s. And then tier 3 you're looking at 1 minute 6s to 1 minute 7s. Throughout the tier, because everyone's pace varies throughout the tiers.
Charlie did a 1 lap and placed it behind his teammate. Almost the same time.
And Charlie is minus 4 seconds going through the first sector. Oh, he gained 4 seconds during that last flying lap. So he is done with qualifying. So yes, everyone is done, except for Javier, who has not set a lap throughout qualifying. He's just been sat in the pits the entirety of qualifying.
That's a strange thing.
Odd decision, but he might not be wanting to burn through a set of tyres. It's been a while since the last time I did short qualifying, so I'm actually unsure on the rules of short quali. You don't have a Q3 set, do you? So all of the tyres that you use during short quali are then not returned, and you get to use them in the race.
Yeah, so when the best lap of street racing is done on a 6 laps old set of softs.
Sorry guys, the comments are coming up on the screen saying that people are commenting, but I'm not actually getting them through, so bear with me, I've just had to refresh it. Mason, yeah, P8, not bad for your debut, mate. Few experienced guys ahead of you. Stephen the Hound, where did you end up?
17 on a set of mediums.
Again, it could be worse, because now you've got free tyre choice.
Oh god, Pierre Gasly has joined.
Who's Pierre Gasly?
That's a guy from Formula 1, but I think the AIs are on.
Hound. You've allowed AIs to join, mate.
Maybe I can take that car and put it back in the box and then join you back on commentary.
Yeah, let's hope so, that you can join the session, take control of the car, then retire it.
I'm already in the session, so it should be going good.
Yeah, hopefully that Albert can take control of the AI car that's been allowed to join the session for some reason, and he'll complete a lap, then retire it in the pits, so then it doesn't actually interfere with anyone.
So we got a South African guy, another South African guy. It's basically the whole world in one tier.
So if you're looking for a diverse tier that has every nationality you can ever think of, so like we've got a Canadian, a couple of English, a Portuguese, Dutch, Welsh, another Mexico, Dutch guy, Japanese, South African, Finnish. Literally any nationality you can think of across Europe is in tier 3. So it's quite diverse. Everybody gets along. If anyone is watching that isn't already a part of CDR, drop a comment into the channel once the stream is completed, and we will add the Discord link to the comments after, so then you can just join through that, as that is the only way we can possibly do it. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
We got 14 people watching the stream, so we're not doing it for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. The other tiered guys are turning up to watch, and I think they're actually just here to watch us embarrass ourselves, in fairness.
You?
Yeah, by that I mean me.
Look, I'm happy to do it, because English is not my first language. I think it's my 31st language. 31, 30. It's not my language, not at all, but I'm still doing it.
Exactly, and that's all that matters. Right, did Hound put formation lap on? Yes, he did. Yeah, so formation lap is on. Another comment's just come in.
I'm gonna...
X Perry has just joined and has taken Alpha Tauri.
Okay, that's a good thing.
So he joined on the formation lap, which means if the lobby glitches, we are in trouble.
Then SRL need to go out of the lobby.
And rejoin.
But he also didn't leave during the lobby.
Yeah, it's if you rejoin during the formation lap, it can glitch the lobby regardless. Tier 2 had it on Friday and we got away with it just about. It took about a minute to load the lobby after someone rejoined on the formation lap. So it's just something you've got to be wary of, because Codemasters and their servers are, well, not great.
Not great, but for sure we're happy with them because we can race.
Yeah, until EA take over, then they'll charge us a $5 per use of an unranked lobby.
I'm decided that I'm nice to EA, and maybe I don't have to pay for my front wings next season.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I don't have to pay for a new front wing every time I go around Monaco. Monaco DLC.
£5 front wing. If you do a season like this, you're gonna need about £500.
I need about £500 just to do Monaco in the first place.
Yeah.
I hate the place. It's awful. I just can't figure out how people are so quick, because if I carry any more speed than what I do through the corners already, then I'm hitting the wall and it's just new front wing, the works. So that will be annoying.
Okay, the grid is forming up now.
Yeah. Right, so
see the predictions.
We should have the pitch strategy predictions come up in a moment, unless I've already missed them. And Stephen, we're not entirely sure who readied up, but we will watch the stream back this evening and take a look.
No, we don't have a glitch. Yes, and we're off.
Sorry, I was letting you do that. Who's that getting a great start in the Williams? Was that Mason that's just jumped straight into P2 in the Williams?
Mason gained 6 positions.
It seems relatively clean through turn 1. Javier seems to have come off the worst there. Oh, that's a racing point and a Renault that's just been absolutely spun out. That Renault... Oh, sorry guys, we're actually having a little bit of issues with the timing screen, because we're apparently on lap 2 and King of the Hills is apparently in the lead. And now the Hound's apparently in the lead. So give us a minute. The timing screens will eventually sort themselves out.
Yeah, we got Alfie already with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for track limits. We got a collision between King of the Hills and Osoboso, and Sniper for Life has a collision with Hybrid Circle. That's a new name for me. Really?
Hybrid Circle, we trialed a few weeks ago. And he's been a tier 3 driver since, but has had work commitments or something that has restricted his racing abilities. So as the timing screens have actually reset themselves, Alfie is in the lead, followed by Manu. Jack Taylor made his debut for CDR, up into P3. Charlie in P4. Charlie, remember this is a tier 3 race, you're a tier 2 driver, so be nice. Silent Ninja up into P5. Tree Trashy, then followed by Trotter, Scotty. Mason is up into P8, so good effort from him so far. Then
F1 Gamer really close to JK and Laurie.
Yeah, there's a battle going on just ahead, which is got Tree Trashy, Scotty and Trotter all in it. There is 3 of them very close to each other. So Oh, that is audacious tree trashy. I would not have gone for the move there. Let's hope that's not damaged the front wing. He seems to have gotten away with it. There seems to be all his end plates intact. I think, yeah, he's gotten away with it just about, but, and that is not the line you take through that corner.
Alright, Tree Trashy is on the mediums and is currently gained 3 positions.
A decent strategy to start on the mediums. Let's see how long you can take them into the race. As you can technically one stop around here. It's not particularly advised, as it's not the fastest strategy. It just means that you have one less pit stop as Trotter moves past Silent Ninja. And has just had a massive piece of lag there. It looked like he was going straight on into the grass and just ended up round the apex of turn 2.
I'm riding on board with Alfie F1, and he's one of the guys that is driving with ERS on overtake during the whole lap.
Alfie, turn your overtake off, mate.
And when I look at Manu Dietrich, he's got about 60%. Alfie made a mistake at the exit.
At turn 10, yep.
Yes.
As but Alfie will now have DRS through this little zone. And so will Jack Taylor, who's just pulled out. Oh, that's a nice move up the inside. Well done, Jack, as Charlie's now on the back of his teammate and just got past him.
I saw a little bit of a front wing. Go on.
Yep. Was that Alfie with an end plate bouncing off after his contact with the wall?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. As for some reason, there we go. No, his front wing seems intact.
No, the right wing end plate is gone.
Yes, it is. Alright, so let's take a flick through the field. Bear in mind, everyone scores points until P15. So there is points available throughout the field, and only 3 drivers will not be, well, 5 drivers will not be scoring.
Tree Trashy has a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, 5 seconds. Already into the pits. And he's going to a new set of softs.
Interesting strategy.
Also, King of the Hills behind him is opted for a set of hards. So, Tree Trashy will
retain position.
Should be faster for the first couple of laps, but
who's on? Who ahead of him is on the medium? He's got nobody ahead of him on the medium.
The gap between Osoboso and Tree Trashy is now almost 6 seconds. But bear in mind, Osoboso need to do another stop, I think. No, Osoboso is the first one that made the stop. He's now 24 seconds behind Everlag on the 12th position.
And it's about a 27-second pit stop around this place.
Yeah, 27, 28. With the pit stop, with the front wing, you're looking at 32, 33 seconds.
Yeah. So Australia, it is on paper when you look at the track layout, it's a very easy track. You just look at it and you're like, oh, there's a couple of chicanes. The final sector's a little bit fiddly, but besides from that, it's fine. But in reality, it is far from that. It is a complex track to actually get one lap as a great lap, let alone 29 of them. So, as things have settled down now, I think Alfie's managing this gap on a broken front wing. I think he's trying to nurse it through to his actual pit window, which will be in the next lap or 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at his time, at his
Yeah, jump into the race director and just give us an update on his lap times, because he's had a broken front wings for the last 2 laps, I believe.
Yeah, his second lap was a 125.
Oh, speak of Charlie's just lost it coming out the final corner. So Charlie has dropped from P3 down to P8. Luckily enough, his car ghosted, and he lost 11 seconds there. So it's not do or die. His tyres will be slightly cooked as a result, but it happens.
Yeah, by the looks of it, Alfie has now find a little pace back. Because of his front wing damage, he did a 129 in lap 3 and a 128, and now the last lap was a 127. When you look at Trotter behind him, has done a 127 pretty much every lap, so pretty consistent.
Yeah, that's it. The consistency is what will bring them to the driver in front, because I say this to everybody that picks up the game. There is no point being able to do a 125 one lap and then the very next lap you're in the 129s. Because, yes, you've gained all of that time on the one lap, and then the very next lap you're losing all of the time that you've made up. If you can keep it within a second of your personal best throughout the race, that is ideal, regardless of tyre condition or life, as Trotter's just had a moment in the penultimate corner and managed to get away with it, as Scotty tried to go around his outside and got covered off. Lloyd, that might have been a little bit of a dangerous re-entry to the track. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see how they're getting on for penalties, shall we?
Well, we got Creed Racing with 14 seconds of penalties.
Yeah.
In this pace, he's gonna get DSQ'd.
By lap 14.
At most. We got on the 5th place and 3rd place Alfie and Scotty with both 6 seconds of time penalties. Jack Taylor on the 2nd place, he's got 3 seconds of time penalty. He's currently holding the gap at 0.6 seconds.
Yeah, and Mason's just picked up his first penalty, I believe. Where is Mason? Yeah, Mason is down in P18, has just picked up 3 seconds. But he is on the back of Javi Marcelo. Has Javi Marcelo left the session? As his car is ghosted.
That should be...
It looks like he's still in control of it, because he's actually moving around at a reasonable rate and not AI pace. So, not really sure what's happened there. His car's just come back solid again, which is odd.
Yeah, I can see no damage to his wings.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on, but we'll roll with it. As we have Jay in the McLaren coming in the pits, Sniper is for life coming in. Also, Bosso has ignored the opening of the pit window and got going a little bit. He'll gain a couple of positions, ideally. Yep, he's jumped up to P9 now. Avalanche is already in the middle of Sector 1, well, coming to the end of Sector 1, as Bosso is going through Turn 1 and 2. So, it's a big gap to draw in. Let's see if we can do it. So, we'll jump to intervals and see the gap. The biggest gap at the moment is this, for points anyway, the biggest gap is the one between Osbozo and Avalanche at 21 seconds. That's a pit stop there for Avalanche, almost. All he's got to do is extend it. Manu's just picked up his first penalty. How has he picked up 16 seconds in 13 seconds in one lap?
Corner cutting and 2 times track limits.
Jesus. And then 1 for speeding in the pit lane, I'm assuming.
I'm gonna take a look.
Tree Trash, he's just picked up another penalty.
Oh, Manu Dietrich is Now falling back on the order.
Yep, he's not had a great time there, has he? But it happens. We will keep an eye on him.
For some reason, Scotty has fast trotter, and Alfie is still with that front wing damage, up in second position.
Yep. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Who was that? That's just come off. This is, minus the overtake being constantly on by Alfie, this is on a short drive with with a damaged wing, not broken, damaged wing. It won't be easy for him to turn in, especially around a track like Australia where it's like tight corners, and then when it's not, it's fast free-flowing apexes.
He's going into the pits now.
Yeah, Jack Haley's just picked up a 5-second penalty for corner cutting and speeding in the pit lane. So Alfie has managed to not pick up the same penalties. So as he gets a new front wing replaced, that will be needed. He will feel like he's got an entirely new car now. And he will be back in the pits for, I think, like lap 22. So he will be looking to stretch those mediums to about lap 22, 23.
He can try it to go full all the way, but 19 lap is a lot for the medium tires. But
yeah, it'll be easier now because we're getting to roughly a third of the way through the race, so they will have lost a third of race fuel. So tire dead won't be as bad, but it still won't be great. But the further they go through the race, the lighter the cars will get, so the less tire wear there will be in the next few laps.
I feel like he's now struggling on those soft tires.
Is he?
Yeah, he's not making the exit as well as he wants.
Yeah, he got a little bit out of shape on the exit there. He went a little bit wide. Managed to not have the curb kick him off and put him into the wall on the opposite side. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1, I think it is. That is Sexbury losing it. Yep. At a really weird place to actually lose the car. Oh wait,
that's a purpose DNF.
Yep, I caught that on the stream too. So Sexbury, that was caught, mate.
You can decide to DNF, but do it correctly. Do it in the pit lane.
Yeah, if you're not having a good time, don't just deliberately crash into the wall. Just pull into the pits and retire, which is exactly what Clay has done. He retired appropriately. So, Albert, give me a minute. I'm just gonna drop a message.
Maybe he wants to do an interview. I feel like he's still on his soft tires from the start. Let's see if he's got any damage. No, the car is still in one piece. I'm gonna watch at his lap times. What he's up doing. He's pretty stable in the 127-ish.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm just going to leave you on board with the leader for a minute. I've just got to go answer the phone. I'll be back in a couple of minutes tops. It's just important I answer this. So, sorry.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, you've got Albert to give you a commentary. Obviously you can't click between the cars or whatever, but I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna hop also to the leader of the race, who's currently chased by Jack Taylor with 8 seconds of time penalty, and Manu Dietrich has 11 seconds of time penalty. The split between them is 3 seconds of time penalties, and there are 5 seconds on the track apart from each other. So Alfie has, I think, the best spotter in the house right now. He's on the third position with 6 seconds of time penalty. And he's only 3.8 seconds behind Jack Taylor, who is on... Alfie's on the medium tire and Manu and Jack are both on the hard tires. We got a little battle coming up between Scotty and Silent Ninja. They are teammates. I can't show that to you, but they're both on pretty fresh set of hard tires. Now the drivers are more beginning to stabilize now. We got 13 laps done from 29. And the gap between Scotty and Silent Ninja is still 7 tenths.
Sorry about that, guys. Do apologize. So, Alfie, Jack Taylor and Manu are still in the leading trio of the race. What did I miss, Albert?
Not much.
Anything exciting happened while I was gone?
No, Treat Tracy has decided to make another stop. He's now putting the hards on.
With 16 laps to go. Peculiar choice, but he could have gone with the mediums. Would have had the pace advantage for the next few laps. Well, at the end.
At the front of the race, the driver 1, 2 and 3 are 8 seconds between them. But the number 1, Manu Dietrich, got 11 seconds of time penalty. Jack Taylor got 8 and Alfie got 6. So if Alfie is able to stretch those mediums to the end,
he will be in prime position to take the W as long as he doesn't pick up any more penalties.
Yeah, because he is now on 4 laps old mediums. Jack Taylor also. And Manu is on 5 lap old hards.
As the Hound has just come across the line to finish his
I'm gonna say
tires.
Hi to CT Games, who's commented on the stream.
Yep, that's what I was going to do. I was going to jump back in and see if there's any comments or anything by anyone. Guys, we appreciate you all tuning in to watch. It is great for not only us to know that you guys are engaging with the league, but in general that you're excited to watch the next generation of guys coming through. As yes, it's a Sunday, it's bank holiday weekend in the UK. There's many more things that you could be doing with your spare time, but 15 of you have decided to tune in, and we've had 31 comments so far, so keep it going. That's all we can ask. You just actually doing us an absolute solid here, so thank you. And to the tier 3 guys, all doing an excellent job so far. There's some pretty decent battles going on. It's more strategic now than what it is on track, but that's modern day F1 for you, isn't it, Albert?
Yeah, it's basically the same as we watched this afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what we watched this afternoon. As Scotty's just gone almost 2 tenths in the green through sector 1, so those hards seem to have started to rub her in a little bit now.
Yeah, we got with the fastest lap now is Alfie with a 1:25.3. So that's also a pretty good time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch at the lap times of the cars at the front of the race.
Actually, let's take a look at the fastest lap. timing screens. So everyone seems to be like in the top 3 is in the 125s. It's very close. Manu 125.4, Jack Taylor 125.4, and Alfie 125.3. So there's only a tenth or so in it between them for fastest lap. Bear in mind, extra points are awarded for fastest lap. So even if you finish P10 and you grab fastest lap, you still get an extra couple of points for it. So it's definitely worth grabbing those points.
By the looks of the timing stream from the first 3, you got Alfie steady in the 126 on his mediums. Then you got Jack Taylor on his hards doing 126.0. That's a pretty good time.
Yeah,
especially when the tire difference. And you got Manu Dietrich at the first place. That does almost a second slower per lap. He does 127.0.
So yeah, it all comes down to driving style and setups on how each tires perform. I think yourself, like myself, I'm not particularly fond of the softer compound tires. I feel like they just die way too quickly. So
yeah, it's either they're on or they're off.
Yeah, so I tend to set my cars up for the mediums and the harder compound because I know that's where the majority of my race will be spent. So I just make sure that I've got the pace on those compounds without taking too much life out of them.
And with all the pit stops and things you gotta be doing, it's easy because the soft tires, you can start on them or you can finish on them. Mm-hmm. But in the midway of the race, there's no point of using that.
Oh, that's a tasty battle. Sniper for Life getting up the inside of King of the Hill. Sorry, other way around. King of the Hill getting up the inside of Sniper for Life. Going through the third to last corner. And he's now got Hound for company, but he's just dived into the pits. So that was wheel to wheel going through that corner. It's not really a place you expect an overtake.
It's a pretty nice view. I was looking at the driver standings now, where they started and where they currently in what position they are. And you got the position 1, 2, 3 that started on the 1, 4th and 5th position. And place 4, 5, 6 in the race. They started on the 13th, 10th and 12th place. So they gained a lot of... No, the Scotty started on the 13th place on the grid and is now 4th. So that's pretty good. On the same tires as the guys in front of him.
Yep, we can just take a quick look at positions gained and positions lost. Jack Taylor grabbing 2 places, Alfie grabbing 2, Scotty up 9, Silent Ninja up 5, Trotter up 6, Charlie down 1, Avalanche down 6, then F1 Gamer Silver is up 5 places, and everyone down to the Hound has lost places, and Hound has gained 3, so he'll be in for a couple of points come the end of the race. Sniper for Life has also gained 2 positions, and the biggest loser so far is Mason.
Mason is currently behind Sniper.
Yeah, I was just about to say, look, oh, what a move that is if he can pull that off. Oh, that's front wing.
Front wing for Sniper for Life.
Yeah.
It's right in place.
I didn't see anything wrong with the move itself. I think that Sniper just misjudged the braking zone going into the corner with the car ahead of him. He was focused on getting the position back instead of waiting until the DRS.
Yeah, it's they both overshot the corner.
Yeah, they both ran very wide. So let's see. With the second DRS zone, obviously around Albert Park, the first and second DRS zones are triggered by the DRS line at the final corner. That's more front wing gone for Sniper.
Yeah.
Albert Park obviously having 3 DRS zones around it. Start finish straight after turn 1 and 2, and then after turn 11 and 12 all DRS zones. And bearing in mind, this is CDR's first and only visit to the current layout of Albert Park, because this season turned 11 and 12, and then I think it's 14 and 15 are getting an overhaul. So it's making the track about 5 seconds a lap quicker, with the estimations given by the F1 gurus.
This is also interesting. MotoGP is going to be in the first position, but he got 14 seconds of time penalty.
Yep, which means that Jack Taylor will jump him, I believe.
Yeah, and also Alfie not yet. He got 9 seconds penalty, and the gap between
7 seconds behind. So at the moment, Alfie will stay exactly where he is. Jack Taylor is actually the man in prime position to take the race win on his debut for CDR. As long as he can keep it clean. Yeah, this is actually turning into a pretty tasty battle out front. I think they're on different tyre strategies too.
No, both on the hards.
Are they both on hard tyres?
Yeah, only
Jack Taylor has a lot fresher tyres. So his overcut might actually pay off for him here. Because we're both fully aware of the power of the overcut, like undercut and overcut.
Yeah.
It all depends on how much you trust your, would you call it racing instinct? To know when you should box instead of going with what the game tells you to do?
Yeah, but you make a plan before the race, and some guys are alter it through the race, and some guys are just doing the things they decided at front of the race.
Yeah, the best racers in any of the tiers are the ones that can make a decision that will affect their race on the fly. They will literally be halfway around the lap and they'll go, my tyres are dead, and they'll be in that lap. Regardless of if they're catching the guy ahead or not, they know that in the next half a lap to a lap, the tyres will be gone. So they'll then start to lose time. So instead of losing all of the time that they just spent gaining, they'll just pit and grab a fresh set of tyres, knowing that the guy ahead is going to be forced into the same strategy if they want to maintain the position. But they've gone a lap earlier, so their tyres will be that lap quicker because they've got them up to temperature and into the right window.
Yeah, and also the hard tyres are, in my opinion, they are working fine with 40% degradation.
Yeah, Alfie's finally turned off his ERS, but it does look like he's running out of fuel because he's got a red fuel thing next to his on his telemetry. So Alfie, if you're watching this, mate, you might. There we go. It's just dropped off, so I think he's just turned his engine mode down slightly.
We've got.
Oh, that's a nice move for the lead.
And also, pretty well defended, but also given a lot of space by Manu.
Yeah, a little bit close and a little bit of wheel to wheel, but wheel to wheel is what we like to see. As long as nobody loses a front wing or is barged off the track, as long as there's mutual respect between the drivers when it comes to it. Oh, that's Manu coming straight back at him.
Yeah, a little bump on the front wheel.
Yeah, a little bit of a love tap, as we like to refer to it as, but no damage caused, no positions lost. So as long as you're given, at the end of the day, these guys, as long as they're keeping it respectful on track, and as soon as the race is over, they're not having to go at each other in the Discord server. And the respect is there. That's all that matters.
It's easy to say, when you're trying to overtake somebody, you at least leave a car with
but sometimes
space.
it is physically impossible to do that because you've already committed to your line and start to turn in.
You're on the dirty side of the track. It's you have your ERS up full. It's not easy to do it. For a good race, you need to know each other.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. These guys, over the next few weeks, will start to get to know each other. They'll get to know each other's driving styles. They'll get to know where people break. It's all just a massive learning curve.
So basically, take a look at Trotter. He's got no penalties.
Actually, Trotter could jump into P4.
Yeah, because Jack and Manu are at 11 and 17 seconds of time penalty.
Yeah, he's having a terrible day for his connection today. As he's lagging quite heavily. But he's got Avalanche behind him to contend with. With 6 laps to go, so final stretch of the race, final quarter of the race. A few surprises being thrown up. It looks like Jack Taylor's now just going to check out of this race and just go for it. And at this rate, he's not going to finish off the podium, as he's got 11 seconds worth of penalties. Manu's got 17. Alfie's got 9. So, and
Alfie's going for the win.
Yeah, Alfie's got 9 seconds, but he's also only 8 seconds behind. So as long as he can pull that gap in, but he is on mediums, so they'll start to go off now. So Alfie might become a sitting duck and drop down the field if those mediums have not been looked after.
He's still got 13 seconds to silence Ninja.
Yeah, who has got 6 seconds himself. But do you know what the biggest surprise is? As you did the draw yesterday, completely random of course, that is F1 Gamer that's spun round. And in fairness to him, he is letting everyone go. Oh, he's stuck on the sausage curb. He just got disqualified for parked in an unsafe place. Oh, mate. That is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know, a little sausage curb at the exit of turn 4, the left-hander. He's lost it there, and the car's just got beached either side of the sausage curb.
No,
so his rear wheels aren't quite touching the floor to get enough grip to push him back over it. That's just unfortunate. I actually feel for him. And there's now a yellow flag in sector 1 due to that, as the car was being removed by the game. So let's see. Yeah, if Trotter can actually maintain his composure and start to close in on this gap, like, he's got to make up 17 seconds in 4 laps to grab the win.
Well, he's now 4 seconds behind Silent Ninja with 6 seconds of penalties, so he's gonna pass him. I think he's solid for 4th, 3rd, maybe 3rd. The gaps are pretty big now. Everlag is straight up Trotter's gearbox now. He's within a second, so the DRS was gonna do its work. Trotter is on 15 laps old hard, and Everlag is on 13 laps old hard.
Sorry, I was just replying to a driver about something. I do apologise for checking out there. It was important. Yeah, so Avalak has just got Trotter. But back to what I was saying about you doing the draw the other day, completely random. Oh no, Lloyd, what are you doing?
Lloyd Bindit.
Yeah, and that was He's managed to keep his front wing intact. I'll give him that. But
he's lost on the end plate.
Yeah, but pulling over onto the racing line while your car's coming back into a solid state is not the best decision. Because it is quite easy for your car to go back solid as someone is about to go through you and you just wipe them out.
Charlie with the first lap of the...
Yeah, so again, I think we will have to discuss this. If Charlie takes the fastest lap, we will have to give it to whoever finishes with the second fastest lap of the session, as Charlie doesn't score any points. So that will be for the admins to decide this evening, and it will be updated sooner or later in the rulebook.
It's also difficult for Charlie to drive in a race that you're not compromise other people's race, but because you're basically field filling.
Yeah, he's basically just here to make sure that that there's a full grid, which we did get. Fortunately, Tier 3 turning up, doing as asked. So far, relatively clean. I've seen caught a few things on stream that will have to be looked at if they're reported, but besides from that, I've not particularly seen anything out of order. Have you, Albert?
No, it's pretty clean.
Yeah, and for the penalties and things like that, again, this is the first time a few of these will be racing on strict corner cutting and track limits, so it comes with experience to not just fly over a curb and expect to get away with it.
It's Jack Taylor for the win now.
Yep, yeah, as I said, he's just checked out, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got 11 seconds, Manu's got 20, Alvy's got 12, and when I look at the times behind them, Silent Ninja is on 27 seconds of the leader. So Jack Taylor is gonna win this if he keeps it on track.
But yeah, Silent Ninja in P4 has essentially just confirmed that he's getting 4th place. Which, if my memory serves me correctly, from the standings last week, that will put him into the lead of the championship.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this has been discussed throughout the admins or anything yet, but depending on how this season goes, if you win the championship, I may send you either a medal or a little cheap-ish trophy from Amazon, just as a little celebratory, being the inaugural tier champion of CDR. Just something that you can keep somewhere. I don't care if you use it as a vase or a beer stein. Do as you please with it, but it'll just be
Charlie
something.
has gone into the pits and left the session.
So he's retired.
Yeah. Okay,
so Charlie is retired.
He don't take the fastest lap with him. Nope. Currently the fastest lap is for Scotty 1597 with 124.988.
It's a reasonable lap. I think the tier 2 fastest lap was a 123. A mid 123.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna mention tier 1.
Yeah, it was a 121 something. It was ridiculous. I saw it. Yeah. But that's, again, the pace comes with time. We can't expect guys that have just come over from my team and so on to immediately jump into a league race and be the next esports driver. I think we've got, in the entire 70 plus members we've got in the league, I think there's only 2 drivers that I would firmly say have the possibility of becoming esports drivers.
Ah, thank you.
No, Albert, you are not one of them. Manu's just picked up another penalty.
Well, there are gonna be a lot of position swapping at the finish flag.
Jack Taylor's just picked up another one too. Yeah, I would say the only 2 of the people I would say out of the entire 70 plus members we've got that have the possibility of pursuing esports if they wanted to, and if they had time to dedicate like every living hour to it, is Alex, because he's only young. If he could dedicate every living minute to it, I think Alex could become an esports driver if needed or wanted.
Yeah,
and maybe
but I need to see his face. Yeah, but look at the tier 1 guys at Unit to Win It. He's also rapid and consistent in lap times. So
I'm on about like because of age being on Alex's side.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with Alex. I'm actually giving you a compliment, Alex, if you're still watching. And actually, no, I'd say Clay can be the next esports driver too.
Yeah, Clay is the esports driver.
Yeah.
I don't know which category, but...
do they have an 8th tier of esports?
I really don't know.
Only messing, mate. But anyway, that is the end of the race. Not quite as action-packed as we were expecting. I was expecting a few heavy shunts into turn 1, you know, with guys getting to know each other, but it was respectful in places, quite aggressive in others, getting their LLs out. It's what we like to see. Hound picking up driver from today, yeah, that's definitely not going to stick.
No, that's not possible. I like Steven, but he's not driver of the day. We're gonna watch the race director.
Yeah. Albert, will you grab screenshots of the results, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Clay's just responded with his Z Sports. So he's in the 26th tier of esports. Yeah, Steven, that driver of the day ain't staying, mate. So, and will you also grab a screenshot of the fastest laps, please, because Charlie's will not count. So, quick run through of the results before incident outcomes. We have Jack Taylor, Manu, Silent Ninja, Avalanche, Jay, Alfie, Trotter, Osboso, Scotty, The Hound, King of the Hills, Mason, Hybrid Circle, Snipers for Life, Javier, Charlie's in Japan, Tree Trashy, Sex Prey, and Claymore, and then F1 Gamer Silver, who was very unfortunate to get disqualified. I feel very sorry for him. Like, mate, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I know that doesn't sound sincere, but I've never seen anything that ridiculous in the entire time I've been league racing or watching it. Very unfortunate to get beached where he did, and it just ended his race.
I really don't know if this was the correct standing, because I think there was a little bit of a mix-up, because Alfie is dropped down to 6th, and Manu has got his 2nd place, and by my calculation, that's not possible.
Mason, you will be in the points. Points are scored down to 15th. But there we have it, guys. That is the round 3 of CDR, Tier 3, wrapped up in Australia. I should know the calendar, it was myself and Dan that put it together, but I'm not entirely sure on what the calendar is. I think up next it's Zandvoort, I'm not entirely sure.
I know what happened with Elfie, by the way. Yeah. Elfie has had a puncture in the last lap.
Fair enough. So, sorry to cut across. So up next, guys, we have Bahrain. So tune in next week. I will be here myself. I'm not sure if Albert will be joining me, but it will be the Jewel in the Desert for Tier 3. let's see if they can actually put on a decent showing like today. So from the CDR staff, thank you very much for tuning in and have a good evening.
Yes, also by me.